welcome to another episode of All Things Honor. It is the last one for 2023, and we are reviewing episode number 44 of Ring of Honor TV. It was a rather quick episode tonight. It was like an hour long. It was actually kind of nice. And as we get to our overall review, you'll see that I hope that they do this a lot more in 2024. But nonetheless, let's get started. So, our first match was Nyla Rose versus Alejandra Lyon. It was a squash. That kind of sucked. But yay for Nyla Rose. I do think that this whole episode was kind of surrounded by the idea of the new Ring of Honor Women's TV Championship. So I'm assuming that Nyla's going to be in the fray, or maybe she'll be Athena's next challenger. One of the two. Next, we had Peter Avalon and the debuting Zach Knight. Now, this was my first time ever seeing Knight wrestle, and I was really impressed. He quickly got over with the crowd and brought the fight to Avalon. Knight delivered a knockout punch to Avalon to get the win, and I hope to see more of him in Ring of Honor. I think he would be a great fit, possibly within the TV title scene, maybe depending on what happens this weekend with our world title, maybe that too. But I know that he's in the States for a couple months, so I do expect him to be on Ring of Honor slash AEW TV a lot more. Next, we had a wonderful Ring of Honor Women's TV Championship promo that, as of this moment, they have not tweeted, and I'm really mad about it because I want to like share it. So basically, Layla Hirsch, Lady Frost, Kiera Hogan, Rachel Ellering, and Billy Starks all hype up the new title as they all give reasons as to why they will make history and become the first Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Now, to me, I think the only thing that does make sense is that Hirsch does win. I think that she's been killing it, and I was really skeptical when she first joined Ring of Honor, but she has just been killing it literally since she came back. I think that her and Ellering in the finals, I think it really closes that chapter on kind of their friendship storyline that they're having, and I think it just makes sense. I don't want Starks to win because I feel like that defeats the whole purpose. I think the end goal is still that Starks will beat Athena. I just don't know when. And I think Athena needs to get mad at Billy. And a way for Athena to get mad at Billy, as we're gonna see in our next segment, is that she loses this tournament and does not win the TV title. So, with that being said, we had another mem. Love my memes. Athena says that everything just feels right. She says that Starks is going to be the Ring of Honor Women's TV champion. She is going to make history. And Athena gives her the chance to cut her own promo. And as she and Nair hype her up in the background, as she talks about how she's going to defeat for Vixen later on tonight, she says she's going to be the new Ring of Honor Women's TV championship. These are always fantastic, and somehow they keep getting better every single week. And I'm really excited to see what 2024 holds for our Ring of Honor Women's champion, as well as Lexi Nair and Billy Starks. Next, we had the Iron Savages and Jack Jameson versus Brian Keith and the Von Erichs. Very happy to see the Von Erichs back on Ring of Honor TV again. So it looks like the Iron Savages, they did this new thing. It's called Titty City, where one Iron Savage member basically shoved their opponent into the other's tits. Crowd seemed to love it. I don't think it's kind of stupid, but whatever works, whatever gets you over with the crowd, you do you. This was a fun six-man tag, although Iron Savages had the strength and the power advantage in this match. The Iron Claw was able to help the Von Erichs and Keith get the big win. So the other really interesting thing is last night on Dynamite, when when Christian and Adam Copeland had to be separated, the entire Ring of Honor locker room separated them, and the Von Erichs and Brian Keith were in this segment. Now, I know for a fact that these matches were not taped last night, they were taped last week, so it actually makes me question, are the Von Erichs and Brian Keith maybe signed to a tier deal that's going to lead to them maybe becoming all elite next year? So keep that in mind. It's very, very interesting, and I'd be very happy if they did that. I think they Ring of Honor is perfect fit for all three of them. Next, we had a Griff Garrison and Cole Carter promo, and Carter is upset because Maria was not on Ring of Honor TV this week, and he says that we're her real kids. Like she should be spending time with us, and this is part of the problem. Serpentico and Angelico come and blame them for the loss that they suffered last week in the big eight-man tag, and Garrison challenges them to a tag team match next week. Okay, cool. I think the interesting thing is depending on what happens with the Devil and depending if the Kingdom are A, the ones who are the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, or B, What if they are unveiled as a devil, a part of the devil at all? It's gonna be interesting to see if maybe Maria's gonna try to like go up with them. Maybe she's involved in this, or maybe because if Garrison and Carter are already complaining about Maria, I'm thinking that maybe she's taking time off of TV. Don't really know why. We see maybe she's with the Renegades. So gonna be interesting what they do with Maria in 2024 as well. Next, we had a wonderful six-woman tag. We had Lady Frost, Trisha Dora, and Kara Hogan versus the Renegades and Taya Valkyrie. I'm under the assumption that everyone in this match, besides the Renegades, and like I said, I don't think the Renegades need to be in this match, or in the tournament for the Ring of Honor Women's TV title. I think there are enough women to go around where they don't need to be in it. But I wouldn't be shocked if somehow they make their way, or maybe one of them does. But I think I don't see, like, I feel like if you put them in, they're not going to advance. Like, it's such an easy throwaway. So I feel like they don't need to be in it. But regardless, this was an exciting matchup. If there's one thing that Ring of Honor did right this year, and trust me, they did a lot of things wrong, but they did a few things right. They elevated the women's division. I think you can make the argument that Ring of Honor is really the only wrestling promotion that a woman runs their whole promotion because Athena's carrying Ring of Honor on her back every single week for 44 consecutive weeks. So, and they have a very in-depth roster, which is why they have this new champion, and there's going to be a tournament. Very excited about that. I'm shocked that Valkyrie actually got the win. I was assuming the Faces were going to win, but Valkyrie gets the win, and she remains undefeated in Ring of Honor. Even though she wasn't in that promo, I'm actually going to assume that she is also going to be in that tournament. And if they are going to go with Rachel Ellering and Layla Hirsch in the finals, I'm assuming Ty is going to be in the finals. Maybe against Layla. My money is still on Layla Hirsch winning. Like there is nobody that could convince me otherwise that Layla Hirsch is not winning unless they throw in like a wild card of like maybe one of the recently released superstars like a Dana Brooke or somebody in this, which I don't think they are. Layla's gonna win. Speaking of Layla, we get a promo from her and Rachel Ellering next. Hirsch says that she cannot worry about Kanellis as she only wants the spotlight. Ellering says they both have their eyes on the Ring of Honor Women's TV Championship, and Mercedes Martinez and Diamante interrupt, two people who I also think viable contenders to be in that tournament. And say if they want competition, it's right here in front of them. Hirsch makes fun of them for losing the street fight a couple weeks ago to Athena and Billy Starks, as Martinez says they are ready for a fight, so I'm going to assume they're going to have this tag match again next week, which should be really good. Like I said, I like this. I like the pairing between Hirsch and Ellering. I liked it from the second it started, maybe a month and a half ago. Love that. I think Hirsch is actually developing a character now, and I think one of the main things that people didn't like about Hirsch before she got hurt is that people were saying that she couldn't get a promo, and now here she is holding her own. So I think Ellering and Canellis really helped her get the confidence in that, and it's definitely showing. So I like this. This is good. Next, we had Tony Nese versus Joey Hyder. Before the match starts, Sterling cuts a promo saying that although Nese lost the I Quit match at Final Battle, Nese still came to Ring of Honor to wrestle tonight, so we should be so happy about that. Sterling also says that since the crowd was happy that Nese lost, they are no longer going to help anybody, and this is going to be the rebirth of Tony Nese. Although Hyder got in some offense, Nese dominated and got the win. So I really don't know what's next for Nice. I will say that when it came to the survival of the fittest match, I was actually really convinced that Nice was going to have a part in that. Obviously, that did not end up happening. So I don't know what they do with Nice. He's been a very dominant part of Ring of Honor TV. He's also there every single week with Athena. So I'm hoping they have something big for him. But yay, Tony Nese. Also, where is Josh Woods? Like, what is happening here? Next, we had Vixen versus Billy Starks. The more aggressive side of Starks showed in this match as she yelled at the referee a couple of times, like just like her mentor does. Vixen had a great showing throughout this match, and I believe she'll be a big player in the women's division in 2024. She's another one who she needs to be in that tournament, even if she I feel like you could put Vert in, and even though she'll probably lose in the first round, like I definitely think she still needs to be in there because she's been on Ring of Honor consecutively. So I'm going to assume that maybe she's another one of those people on a tier deal, or maybe approaching that. Starks took to the sky to hit the Swanton bomb to get the win. Starks and Vert Vixen shook hands. until Starks beat her up at the end while shouting into the camera, "Merry Christmas." So, I think that Starks is definitely going to be a factor, but like I said, I don't think she should win. I think she has to lose to ignite the Athena Billy Starks feud all over again. So I guess we're gonna have to wait and see if that happens. Next, we got a Kyle Fletcher promo. Fletcher says that this title has now become the most important championship in Ring of Honor because he is holding it. He claims that he is a star in the making and people need to start realizing the full potential of Kyle Fletcher. He lays out an open challenge for next week as Willie Mack answers the challenge. I love that guy. So good. Mack says that although Fletcher claims he's a star in the making, Mack is going to put a stop to that as he is going to take the title from him next week. So I really do hope that the TV title is there every single week. When Joe held it, he was there, but he wasn't there. And then, he's with whatever is going to happen this weekend with him and MJF. So I like that Fletcher's holding it, especially because I don't know how long Mark is out for injury. So I'm excited for this. I have high hopes for his title run. Very, very excited for Kyle. Our main event is Johnny TV versus Ethan Page, and this was a great match for the end of match shenanigans, which I was perfectly fine with because it just made sense storyline wise. Johnny was going to put this match away before Dalton Castle's music hits. Calls Castle and Johnny make eye contact, which led Page to take the advantage and get the win. The episode ends with Page celebrating his huge win as he hopes to win gold in 2024. Now, I loved the pacing of this episode. Nothing dragged out. There was an equal number of backstage stuff as well as matches. This is the type of pacing you need to have. The episode was maybe an hour, and I know they taped a lot of matches the last time they had taping, so I don't know why it was an hour, but keep doing this. This is why people love Ring of Honor because of the pacing like this. Do not go to just doing 20 squash matches and 5 million backstage promos. Please keep this in 2024. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of All Things Honor. I hope you all have a happy new year. And the next time I see you guys will be in 2024 as we're reviewing Ring of Honor all day, every day, 24/7, 365, just like we always do. So, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys again next week.